Hello everyone, it's Liz from West Star Tarot, and for the month of May, I am going to be doing Kristen at Amidst the Gray YouTube challenge, card of the day, May. And so Kristen has suggested for us to pick a deck to use for the entire month. She says it's up to us if we want to use more than one deck, but I am going to stick with one deck. And I wasn't 100% sure how I was, how I was going to do this. I did a Kelly Bear challenge in December where we used one deck and we pulled a card and kept the card out and just kept going all month. So I was thinking of maybe doing that, but then I decided, no, I'm going to just do it the usual way, pull a card, look at it, meditate, do whatever it is I want to do with the card, and then the next day, put the card back in and pull the card for the next day. The deck I'm using is the Fifth Tarot by Teresina and Martine Bacons. Teresina did the art and Martine and Teresina did the guidebook. And it's quite, you can see, it's a chunky book. I don't know how many pages, over 300 pages. And there's some appendices at the back, and there's some spreads, and it's fairly involved. It does have a little bit of a new agey leaning, but not to me in a bad way. I think this was written in 2006. 2008. This deck was created. So it's called the Fifth Tarot because it's about restoring the fifth element. And Martine and Teresina talk about how a lot of tarot people consider the major arcana the fifth element, spirit, but they do not. They consider it its own little thing. And so they have added a fifth suit, which they call lotuses, to represent spirit or ether. They have renamed the suits. The suits are called fire, shells, feathers, stones, and then, as I mentioned, lotus. The court cards have been renamed, and some of the majors have been renamed. There are some cards that are Rider-Waite-Smith influenced, and then there are some that are not. So it's a really interesting deck. I got this deck in April 2017, so a little over 8 years ago. And I have dabbled with it from time to time. And what I was thinking about was the reason I'm going to just pull one card a day is because the guidebook has 2, 3, 4 pages for each card. And so if you do a spread, by the time you read 2, 3, 4 pages for each card, it can get a little unwieldy. So I thought a way for me to really kind of get to know this deck is to pull a card a day, and Kristen has suggested we do activities with the card, get guidance from it, but also maybe path work or meditate or do a spell or a ritual or something around the card. And in this guidebook, the Fifth Tarot, how they set it up is, so this is for the Hermit. They talk about the card, what its connection is. to the Tree of Life. They talk about the numerological influence on it. They talk about the artwork and the symbolism on the card. And then they do a few paragraphs on the divinatory meaning. And then they have this part called applications. And the applications can be an idea for a ritual. Very often they will talk about an essential oil blend that would go with the card. They talk about different crystals that you can use in association with the card, animal guides to use with the cards, and so forth and so on. So I will be talking about all of those things throughout the month. And as I mentioned, I've got May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd to talk about in one video. I'm in a little bit of a hectic time in my life, and we're doing a renovation, a bathroom renovation in my house, and so there's people coming in and out. I never know when, so it's hard to film a video when you don't know if someone's going to be walking in your door. And of course, when someone walks in my door, Luna goes ballistic and starts barking, and anyway, it's a little kooky. The other thing is, and this is a difficult challenge that I'm facing right now, but last month, the beginning of April, my life partner passed away. And our relationship had changed over the past few years. We were kind of separated yet living together, so our relationship was different than it had been. Complicated, but anyway, I'm not going to go into all of that because that would take a long time. But I say that because there's going to be something pertinent to that fact coming up in some of the cards that I've already pulled. So for the 1st of May, I decided that the card I would pull would be a card, not just card of the day, but a card for me to carry with me all month. So it was going to be the card of the month, not just the card of the day. And the card that I pulled was Hermit. I don't know if you can see, but we have, so here's the Hermit, and the staff is lit up. They're in a cave with stalactites and stalagmites. We have a bear, an owl, and a crab. And a moon, and all of these have symbolic meaning or divinatory meaning in this card. So what I thought was interesting about the fact that I pulled, well, there's a lot of things, but in particular, what I thought was interesting about the fact that I pulled the Hermit as my card for the month of May is that we are in a hermit year. And so I have been thinking about invoking, reading about, meditating on the Hermit we're just starting May. So since the beginning of January. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9 equals the Hermit. So numerologically, this is a Hermit year. And I have little Hermit cards in card stands all around my house because I want to work with Hermit all year. And sometimes what happens is with the card of the year, by the time May, June, whatever, July roll around, I've kind of forgotten about the card of the year, and I'm into some other thing. But this year, I really wanted to stay aware of and in touch with Hermit. And in addition to a Hermit being the card of the year, this year on my birthday, which was March 23rd, my age numerologically adds up to 9. So I'm in a Hermit year in terms of my age. Year, Hermit, age,